makeup tutorial last week, I had a couple requests for a little mini tutorial on how to apply false lashes. I zipped through that last week just because it was an entire ballroom makeup tutorial and I didn't want to leave you having to watch a 3-hour long video, so I did it as fast as I could. But today we're going to isolate how to put on those false lashes. I know this is tough for people. So my first step, when I apply my makeup, I like to do like a loose top that goes easily on and off my head. I've made the mistake early on of putting on like a tight turtleneck, and then I do my hair and makeup and I pull it off and it all goes to a wreck. So make sure to wear a loose top first off, unless you're wearing the outfit you're ultimately going to wear. Secondly, what type of lashes do we use? Well, there's a wide variety you can choose from. I'm not specifically recommending one brand over the other in terms of the lash. The important thing is the thickness and the style of the lash. So they do come in individual lashes where there's just little bits you have to glue on. I don't recommend this. It takes too long to apply. And you want to waste your entire day when you're competing putting on eyelashes. So go for a solid lash. I would say this would be the bare minimum of thickness, so nice and bushy is good. I prefer buying a full enough lash rather than some people will find like more of a Spartan lash and then glue on 2 or 3 strips. I don't recommend that. I think it puts too much glue on your eye. It's uncomfortable. Try and find a thick lash and go for it once. Kind of another option. Show you those. And again, the brand really doesn't matter. I do recommend before gluing it, just doing a test run on that brand. Some of them have a really stiff layer that goes onto your lid, and that can be uncomfortable and kind of poke you or set weird on your eye. So I would recommend giving it a little test run before the day of your competition with that brand and that style to make sure it's going to work for you. And the final thing you want to look at in that test run is the length. Some people have a little bit smaller eye than others, and you may find you need to trim the edge off, and in that case do the outer edge, cut until it's going to be the right length, and cut it obviously before you glue that to your eye. You know it's too long if it's poking you on the inside or the outside, and that'll just irritate your eye while you're dancing, and you really want to be able to focus on your dancing, not your lashes, right? Secondly, the glue. Again, I'm not recommending a specific brand. I've had really good luck with the Lash Grip or the Ardell. If you live in the Portland area, I've also had really good luck with this brand, and it's cheap. Available at Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. They're like $2 a pair, and they do have much thicker ones than this as well you can use. And it comes with a glue. It's called Select Lash. That for my eyes has been the most gentle. Sometimes the glue makes my eyes tear up when it gets in there, and it'll just keep tearing until I take the lashes off. So this one is the only brand I've found that does not make my eyes tear. The downside is, I would say 2 out of every 3 of these packages, the glue is totally dried up inside and useless. But when you find a pack with fresh glue in it, it's great. And you can use this one bottle, even though it comes one bottle with 1 pair of lashes, you can use this like 10 times. It does not take an entire bottle of glue to glue on a pair of lashes. So next up, how do I put those on my eyes so they don't look weird? Okay, I will show you that. I take my container, and I'll just use this one. I'm going to use a lighter lash today just because I think you'll be able to see better how it sets on my eye. And I take a pair of tweezers, and I gently pull from the outside edge and off, okay? I'm going to turn it over and leave it on that same side. That way I can keep track of which one goes on my left eye and which one goes on my right eye. And they are designed a little differently with the length of the lash. Usually there's a little bit shorter edge towards the inside, going to a longer edge on the outside. Not the end of the world if you get it backwards, but it might be a little annoying if you find the long edge kind of poking you. So I definitely keep track of right and left on the little pad that it comes on, okay? The next thing I do is I put my lash glue on there. Today I'm gonna use the lash grip, although like we talked about, there are many brands that'll work. You experiment and find the one that works best with your eyes, that has the right amount of stick and doesn't irritate your eye. Okay, I'll show what that looks like. So here's my little lash. Boink. You can see that. Actually, I'm gonna put it here so you can see even better. Ta-da! Okay. And I'm gonna squirt this glue along that little band. Okay. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to aim it so you can see. If not, you'll see when I'm done. There we go. And I don't want to get too thick, otherwise it takes too long to dry and will get in my eye. I'm going to thin that out a little bit with my fingernail. I got a little pooch there. I'm going to thin that out. Okay. And then I let that dry. And as you saw in my last makeup tutorial, if I'm in a rush, I can use my hairdryer to do that. I'll do that now so you don't have to watch a half-an-hour video on eyelashes. Although if it were a comp, I would let it air dry. I feel that's best. Okay, here we go. I'm going to dry off that glue. Do it a little bit more, and you can see as I dry, if it's too much glue on there, it'll kind of ball up, so I'm going to take off that excess. I want just the right amount, little thin strip of glue, and we'll dry a little bit more. I just want it a little bit gummy before I stick it on, otherwise it just runs everywhere and makes my eyelid stick to my upper eyelid. Okay. Next up, okay, just a little bit gummy now. So I can see on the pan which eye this goes to, because we talked about kind of short going to long. So I first put the inside edge of that eyelash to the inside edge of my eye. And I don't want to get too close to the center. Otherwise, it's going to poke my skin and drive me nuts the whole day until I take them off, okay? Looks like this. Hopefully you can see. Oops. Oh, and I should say I'm holding the left edge with my left pointer finger and thumb, and the right edge with my right pointer finger and thumb. And I'm going to gently reposition until, oh great, I showed it upside down. I'm going to gently reposition until it's as close to my lash line as possible, okay? And I always apply my makeup before I put the lash on. Don't worry about the white, that'll dry up and dry clear. I always put the lash on after I apply my makeup. The reason is with that light shadow especially, it falls down onto the top of the lash and it'll turn it white or blue or whatever and look goofy, especially with the big spotlights shining down on it. So I put my makeup on totally, and then I put the lash on top of that. And a little bit of the makeup might fall onto it, but not enough to have like a big white top lash when I bat my eyes. And I definitely want dark lashes. Okay. So that one's done. We'll show the same thing with our left eye, which matches up to that side of the pan. So, little refresher, I'm going to pull that thing gently off from the outside edge using my tweezers, okay? I also recommend pulling the actual band and not the lash. when you remove it from the pan. Otherwise, sometimes you can pull the lashes off. And you want your eyes to be symmetrical. So I'll show that. I'm gently tweezing here till I get the edge of that band. Hopefully we can see that. And I pull the band off. Not the lashes, but the band. I'm very careful to grab the band. Boink, and done. Okay, so I'm gonna set that loose lash on the pan, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna apply the glue across that whole band in a thin strip. Where's my glue? What do I do with my glue? There it is. Okay, so hopefully we can see this again. Okay, here we go. And if you accidentally get a big ball of glue on there, not the end of the world, just use your fingernail to gently make that ball a lot smaller. Otherwise, it'll gum up your eyes. And it drives me nuts when I have too much lash glue on because my eyes kind of stick together. Okay. So once again, I'm going to use the hairdryer to expedite this process. I don't usually do this because it tends to create little gobs, and then I have to keep on redoing it, but that's okay. We'll do it today just so you can see how it's done fast. And who knows, you might be in a rush before the comp and have to do it fast, so this is a good trick. Okay, so you can see I've already got a couple little balls forming there, so I'm going to just fan those out. So the lash glue is evenly dispersed, and we'll dry again. Dry this out. And I do know some dancers that won't wear lashes because it's too uncomfortable, but frankly, I know no professionals who go without lashes. And if you want to look really polished on the floor, you really need to wear lashes. Okay, here we go. So it's a little bit gummy. I usually wait for a little more gummy than this, but I'm in a hurry to show you how it's done. So once again, pointer finger and thumb, pointer finger and thumb, and I'm going to stick it on my eye. And if my eye were small, I would have cut it down. I don't cut mine down, but some people have a little bit smaller eyes. Okay. And I might need to poke a little bit to get it to stick, which is fine. Poke, poke, poke. And ideally, I want the inner edge to match exactly where the other eye was placed. Okay, I didn't quite dry it enough, but I think I'll get this to work. Oops, too high. Unstick, restick. And I prefer to use my hands when I apply this more than tweezers to apply. Sorry guys, I just realized I might have not shown you close enough. It's a little too high. I don't know if you can see that. I don't want any space there, so I'm going to pull it out gently. And I have another little cheat. Whenever I go to comps, I always bring extra lashes, because once you get the glue on them, I personally don't like to reuse them. Okay, we'll let that dry. Thanks for your patience here. And those little white bits are going to go away. And I like to use a magnifying mirror. Looks like this, super big, okay? So I can make sure my eyes are both totally symmetrical. I don't want like one lash up here and the other one down here. That'll look best on the floor. So I know there's a little bit of white on there, but you get the idea of how that looks. So hopefully that was helpful. And if you guys have any other tutorials you'd like to see, just pop me an email or Facebook message, or I think you can message me on YouTube as well. And I'll post that for you. And I'll continue posting free videos each week during the coronavirus isolation when the governor's closed all of our dance studios in the state. I know this has been a really hard time, especially for dancers, because our hobby is definitely social, and I think if I were a computer gamer or something, this wouldn't have affected me so much. So I hope you're having a good day, and that the next time you apply your lashes, it goes a lot smoother for you. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll show you a close-up of what these things look like. Okay, good luck. See you soon. Bye-bye.